internet.
Well, we are live to the internet.
Is there a new trailer for the new Batman movie? Is that a thing yet?
It's definitely a thing.
So then I can say, has anyone seen the new Batman trailer?
Isn't
I haven't seen.
Isn't
Is
the
it the
guy
one with
from
sparkly
Twilight
guy?
supposed to be the new
Yeah.
Batman?
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
I don't know. I don't even know if there is a new trailer. Is there actually a new trailer?
Robert Pattinson, Pat something.
I don't know.
Robert Patty. I don't know.
You know, I've not seen anything he's done besides the sparkly vampire stuff, but I hear a lot of people say he's a damn good actor. Like he's done some stuff that's just really, really well done. So they're somewhat
in Harry
excited
Potter.
about. He was he?
Yeah, he was in Harry Potter.
I mean,
Yes, he was. He was Cedric
Goblet
Diggory.
of Fire.
Well, he's done some other things that are good too, but like dramatic acting.
Cut the mic.
Yeah,
But
some
like,
other.
I don't think anybody would have said Michael Keaton as Batman. That's an amazing idea, and then it was. And then the same
Yeah,
for
he
like
did a
Heath
good
Ledger's
job.
Joker.
Michael
Like
Keaton, though. I mean, now that's the one
Yeah.
that got me. Heath
Famed
Ledger
actor-
as
famed comedy actor Michael Keaton playing Batman just sounds like a weird mix.
well,
And he turned out amazing.
I would have never thought of Heath Ledger being a good Joker, but he redefined it. Like,
Yeah, he did. He made it his
Yeah.
own.
so he did really, really.
Pardon
Good
me while I
stuff.
get my snacks out.
Oh
Hey,
no! What?
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry for your heart. I guess I don't know.
My heart.
You're
What does
cool.
chocolate do to you? It's bad for you.
No, chocolate's
good
health
for you.
food,
The
right?
sugar and all that shit they put in there is what's bad for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, raw chocolate is terrible.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, raw
but
chocolate is
apparently
terrible.
it's good for like something healthiness.
It's like
Chocolate?
cleaning drains.
Yes, it is good for that. So is Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
We are not sponsored by it. Remember, Gringo, my brother and I's grandfather, he was a Coca-Cola guy, but he would clean his windshield from ice with using a
Great
Coca-Cola.
for cutting grease.
Mm-hmm.
Great for cutting.
Yeah,
grease.
you can use it. Use it for cleaning coins. You drop
I
coins
used to
in a-
use it for
in a-
cleaning off battery terminals.
You can
Yeah,
use it for
that'll do it.
dissolving spoons, apparently, too, if you leave them in long enough. For all your
So
spoon
Jamie,
dissolving
water- I
needs.
think water will do that as well.
Yeah, but not in like a month.
Oh,
That's called rust, Heath, and
yeah,
that takes
that's
years.
rust. Exactly. I mean, the ocean does it all the time.
I want to know if
Coca-Cola
this is Jamie's
oxidizes
first
liquid.
Tim Tam. Have you had one before? Is this your first one?
All right. How is it?
It's the
Yeah,
reaction
thoughts.
video to Tim
Wanna-
Tams.
I want a review.
The opening video, yeah.
Yeah, welcome to Tim Tam reviews.
Chewing off mic. We appreciate that.
Pretty good.
Just take a
Yeah,
sip of
pretty
my Butts
good.
Coffee.
What's it
Pretty
taste
good.
like? Like a ho-ho, ding-dong?
Oh,
Those are
it's-
chocolatey goodness, right? Ho-hos and ding-dongs?
I don't know. Are they? They sound made up.
I mean, it's good chocolate and very crunchy, surprisingly crunchy on the inside. I mean, I was, didn't really expect it to be as loud.
Like a Kit Kat and a ding-dong?
Closer to a Kit Kat, but much crunchier than a Kit Kat.
I just like saying these words together.
I know you do. You know those sugar wafers that are nothing. Those with a little bit of cream and they're
I
crunchy.
think they're called sugar wafers.
Okay, yeah, those things.
Yeah.
Not fair.
That
Like a Kit
crunchy,
Kat.
but chocolate covered.
Inside of a ding-dong. It's a Kit Kat and a ding-dong. I mean,
Some kind of kid dong.
Yeah,
ding cat.
it's a King Kong.
We are the marketing here.
Yeah. Okay.
Now
Now that we've
sponsor us, our one viewer may go buy some. I know I'm going to. I'm going to order some now. I have to try that out.
I mean,
Never had
I got them at World Market.
Is that a place?
It's a store in Knoxville.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
It's a floating island of barges just off the coast.
Right? That's what I'm thinking. Like
yeah.
it's held up
Because
like
of Ida, it's now just outside your door.
1 gallon milk jugs, like tons of them underneath, keeping it afloat.
World
Yeah.
Market is where I found Vegemite and
Oh, gosh.
the Tim Tams and all the assorted cricket flavors that
Ooh.
I.
Oh yeah, for I'm trying to
If you're
silence
gonna
my
do-
stuff.
If you're going to do Vegemite, let me know, because I've been training Americans how to eat Vegemite at conferences for like 10 years at this point.
Open the can, turn around, throw it in the garbage. That's how you eat Vegemite.
I'll tell you this, Matt, but I don't know if I'm going to get these and send these to Hannah or not. But we found 3 new flavors of roasted crickets, and they were in test tube looking things. And so the first one was jalapeno garlic. You know, it's kind of,
Alright.
seems sort of.
I mean,
normal.
I'll eat a lot of things with garlic on it. So
Yeah.
all
The
right.
second one was Italian lasagna, and the last one was cotton candy.
I'll skip that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crunchy cricket cotton candy doesn't.
But it was in a
Really?
little test tube looking,
If they would have said like Southern brown gravy, I mean, I'll eat a shoe with that on it. So like, that
Cheese.
definitely work for me. Yeah, cheese.
That
Like
reminds
a
me, I
cricket
need
with
to
cheese on
try.
it?
I've been trying to
Quattro
find a
formaggi.
good Southern like sausage gravy recipe.
Yeah.
Alicia's tried it several times, but it never really turns out. But quite perfect. Like grandmother used to make.
Sure. Yeah.
But I was getting some groceries the other day, and the lady was talking about making breakfast for her 4 sons, and I was like, wow. And she said something about making gravy, and she said the key to it is after you make the sausage in the pan, you melt an entire stick of butter in the pan, and then you add your flour, and then you do the milk. I was like,
You had me at stick of butter.
right,
Just
right.
melt it straight in my mouth.
It's
I'm fine.
Make sure you plug in the defibrillator before you start,
No, it's
so
the
that
auto.
it's charged and ready to go.
It's the auto one. We leave it plugged in all the time.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
You got to test it every 6 months, though.
you do.
I had a really good experience. Good experience. Had an experience where they called a code blue at my office. I'm an outpatient. It's not sick people. It's not physically ill people, right?
Mhm.
So you hear a code blue, it's like, oh God, what? No, seriously, what's going on? So call a code blue over the phone system, right? So if you're in the bathroom, you don't hear it, and I walk around because I know it can't be anything terrible. And they've got, by this point, somebody's already actually gotten the AED pads to the place where we're going. And this lady is sitting down there talking to them, and they're like, okay, open your shirt, let's put the AED pads on. I'm like, oh, hey,
Whoa.
this is not
Slow
how this
down, slow down.
works. Like, they're speaking, breathing, and talking to you. You don't put electrodes on their chest. Leave her alone. Let's call, But it's just this I had no idea that there wasn't enough education about these things, that you don't put them on conscious people,
Wow.
right? I mean, that's the whole point. You're checking to see if the heart's beating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
if
they're
your heart is
talking. It's a
beating,
good
do
indication.
not shock it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So
Well, I
it
mean,
was-
they have enough smarts in them to know, that the heart's beating and it's not going to fire, right? I mean,
no, but
theory?
they didn't understand what an AED was for. They were
Oh.
trying to put it on this conscious person.
oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. An AED has enough smarts to know that it's not.
Sure.
It shouldn't
No,
shock.
your heart is in rhythm, so you don't shock it. Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
they would have, if they had listened to the machine, which was being smarter than them at the point, they would have been fine. But it was just, it was an eye opener. Like, I was shocked and like kind of irritated at first, but then I was like, probably 99% of the people that work in this office have no idea how to actually use this machine. It was a moment. Yep.
That's interesting. I've taken several. Well, not several. I've taken a handful of first aid classes, and AED
Me too.
usage is one of the highlights aside from the first aid stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's just, for those watching, thanks
Here-
for 3 of you showing up. That's probably us.
Here's your weekly health tips.
AED, if they're alive and blinking, leave them alone. Don't put it on them. There you go.
There you go.
Don't shock a beating heart.
No. Don't watch ER, the TV show. When it goes flatline, they're dead. There's no more shocking, and there's nothing left to do. They have the perfect rhythm at that point.
Call it. Yeah, I know. It's actually one of my bugbears is people saying that using the term stable to describe a patient. I'm like, dead is stable. It's flat. There's no movement.
What are your bugbears? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. Oh, I guess we're playing D&D today. We
Fine.
could just
Fine.
chit chat for the next 50 minutes. It'd be fine.
Yeah, we'll go back to Star Wars. We could have a whole episode just on Star Wars.
Oh my God.
I just finished the community episode that was AD&D centric. That was pretty fun.
Community. Is that the one that's got the guy? But did you die? Is that what I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
We don't know which.
Yeah,
The guy that
not
was
ringing bells.
You know, the guy with the face. He wears a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got
Oh, he
the
used to be-
hair
he
with the
used to be a-
eyes.
He's a comedian. He used to be a physician.
Yeah, Ken
and,
Jeong.
like,
Yes,
one of
yes,
his-
it does. It is that one.
Okay. All right.
Ken,
He's
what's his-
the teacher guy.
Yeah. I get my people confused.
Senor
a lot-
Chang.
all the time. Chang.
Yes.
Mr. Chang.
Yeah, Senor Chang. Yeah.
That's a good show. I watched the first 4-ish seasons. It got a little repetitive, so I quit watching it. But very, very funny.
It's they're well within their like parodies of all the TV tropes and stuff right now. So some of them kind of are entertaining. And when I realized what it took me a little while to realize what they were doing. But yeah, it's pretty funny.
So is this still active? Is this still
No,
Uh,
I
on
think
the
it's
show?
I think
I know they're done.
2016 is when they
okay?
quit.
All right. Just in time. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, so D&D. Anybody
Higher
I'm
low.
for it.
as well? All right. So last time, you guys took a bath. I mean, you literally
took
all cleansed your bodies, except for Fairzon. You cleaned your feet, maybe,
Mhm.
which probably counts for 40%. We'll call it even 40%.
Had to replace the filter after that.
And you had Mr. Orek going. Is that right? Oh my God! I've got
Yes.
mice again.
Yeah. Auric Stonehaven.
Yes,
That's the one.
I've
The
got a picture of
stereotypical
him.
dwarfman.
When we
Who
hit
is
the.
Enchanted.
He was enchanted. You thought illusion, like is he disguised as somebody else? Is
Yep.
he small being big? Kind of like how Keegan Gelb was doing,
Yep.
imitating something else. But no, he was completely as is. He discovered a little bit of magic in his office. Discovered that he had a major enchantment on him. Spent some time looking around, and basically figured out that something was up because he was not being as you would expect as dwarven. When it comes to the goblins, you would expect rage and like this just ingrained dislike for the race. And you could tell when he would say things like that. You wouldn't even bring it up. You would just say something that maybe resembled or was even associated with the issue of the goblins at all. And it would just jump into the same line. I don't know nothing about no goblins. Every single time. That's basically where we left off last time, if I'm not mistaken. You had made friends because you guys came in. You came in early. You bought your baths. You bought 2 baths, Khaldun. Talked to him a little bit, got a little history with him, and then kind of, holy crap, somebody's doing jiu-jitsu above me. Figured...
Ceiling breaks behind Matt and the person goes, ah!
Oh my God, there's such a great video. I'm not gonna bring it up right now, but it's of jiu-jitsu and somebody getting tossed and it's like, ah! And he screams as he's flying. Anyway, and also I swear to God I heard an M60 earlier, like 2-3 times. I walked outside to listen. I swear I heard an M60. I didn't know if like the Russians had finally landed like Red Dawn or what was going on, but
Wait a minute,
I was
it's a
outside
Labor Day
checking things out.
celebration.
And I was gonna go and rescue the very cute blonde above me in my apartment and gonna go somewhere safe, but it doesn't
Your
appear
apartment.
that.
Protect her from the M60.
That's right.
Deflect those bullets.
Are
So-
fireworks on Labor Day a thing? I can't remember.
That may be what. No, it was too much rhythm. Like very, I don't know. Maybe somebody's listening to a movie above me, but I swear I went a little bit. I can't say no. I went a little bit boot camp.
Did you get sweaty?
Yeah.
You got sweaty.
Oh, no.
So
Sounds
two
like
of you guys are outside. Khaldun, you're still inside. You we basically just cut off right at that moment where you shook his hand, you had your detect magic up, and again, I'm giving a little bit more than the spell describes, but I like it better that way, that you have an idea of really what's around you. It's a bit of a radar, but if you can sit and focus, you can kind of figure out what's going on. So yeah, you're standing there with Aurak, and the other two members of the party are outside. Oh, look at that. We have a map. Oh, no. And this is something I want to do whenever the map came up. Bazinga. Whoop. Come on.
Ooh.
There. That is
Hey.
Aurak Stonehaven in all his glory. I think he's
It's a fair bit
cool.
of glory.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a nice beard.
that's an excellent dwarf image.
Cool.
It really, really is. He's probably not wearing the heavy leathers in the steamy room at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Wearing some linens or something, so it's not. I don't know. I mean, dwarves are strange. They like to sweat.
I have that attitude.
But I finally did figure out how to draw a shape around the image, so I can just only get him without the words around the actual campaign giving anything away.
Well,
But that's all right.
We like it when you give things away.
I know, but come on.
Oh wait, I just remembered I can do this. Oh, that's not big enough.
Oh.
Not good enough. But
That's okay. Shows the major images. His nose.
Yep. He's definitely been hit in the face a few times. But he also has a look of a bit of a concerned look to him as well.
Almost sad. Look at that left eye, like
yeah.
a downtrodden look. But he's enchanted, so you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever his right eye is, it's smiling, so it's okay.
There's definitely a gleam. It's almost gem-like.
That's a patch, and there's a
red gem?
gem. Yes.
So we've spoken some. I got a little bit of rapport going with him. And could I do an Arcana check or something like that to determine, is this maybe someone cast a spell on him, or maybe he's wearing something to cause this effect? Maybe, like,
Yes,
I'm pretty sure I know as a wizard that if I had Dispel Magic, I could probably end it, but I don't. So
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
So I'm thinking of like source of the magic, or maybe how long it's going to last.
Actually, you can't fail. No, there's no reason to roll. It is an aura about him. It's not from an item specifically. You don't see like a ring that's causing the aura to emanate. It is his whole body that has been enchanted.
So someone's cast a spell on him.
That is a definite assumption.
Okay. So Oric, have you spoken to any wizards recently? Have any wizards visited your bathhouse?
Well, I don't usually ask, but I'm sure they come by. Yeah, I'm sure some of them from the Blue Crater Academy come by. Of course.
Okay. No one else but someone from the academy?
Wizards. I don't really think
priests? I guess a priest, maybe. Someone who casts spells.
I get a pretty regular amount of different people coming here.
Okay, well, I'm asking because I'm pretty certain someone's cast a spell on you.
No.
You sure?
I just heard the M60 again. I swear to God. Yeah. No. I'd know if somebody cast a spell on me.
I bet you someone's watching a movie upstairs.
It must be. Like,
yeah. So you'd know if someone cast a spell on you?
Would you?
If I saw them cast it? Yeah, I guess so. So I got this friend that's a goblin.
I don't know about no goblins.
Okay. Did you hear what you just said?
Yeah, I just said it.
What did you just say?
I don't know about no goblins.
Why'd you say that?
Because I don't know nothing about no goblins.
You keep saying it over and over and over
You
again.
keep bringing up goblins.
Okay. What about?
He looks like he's getting a little irritated
Okay.
at this point.
All right. Well, I guess we'll come back for a bath later. This place is nice.
Best bathhouse in town, bar none.
And we'll talk to you later. No, I'll leave.
He
Angry
waves.
gleam in his patch.
And well, it's so right now it's pushing 8 o'clock. So you're leaving. You're sitting outside. There are a couple of people that have started showing up, and as you're talking, somebody will knock on the door and you'll let him in. At this point, nobody, no goblins, but nobody really that's outstanding. He'll nod one or two people he'll recognize. Somebody he doesn't. Does his regular thing. He gets the money. They either take a private bath or there's 3 or 4 people in the regular bath at this point as you're talking to him. Nothing seems out of the ordinary at this point. But he generally just gets the money and heads back into his office until he hears a door knock and it's a really loud. The knocker on the door is enough to arouse anybody from this entire building.
Okay. Y'all just want to hang out and watch the door, see if somebody visits.
Did you find anything else after we left?
Well, someone's cast a spell on him, or he's eaten something. I don't know. There's some magic preventing him, I think, from talking about goblins. Because anytime I mention, he uses the same exact words over and over again, and he's enchanted. I saw the aura, and he doesn't know it.
So
Okay.
someone has done this to him and is keeping something from him purposefully.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I don't know the magic to remove the spell, or I would try it.
Can we go and ask someone maybe?
I suppose so.
I don't know mechanically, and I guess Darathiel doesn't know either whether or not Khaldun can cast a spell from a scroll.
Not a 3rd level spell.
Okay.
I can, yes, but not a 3rd level spell.
You can cast higher than your level. It is possible. I'm not saying like that's an option to go get like a Dispel Magic, but I believe it in 5e it is possible to cast a spell from your spell list, even if it's higher level, with a chance to fail. Again, I may be like rethinking Pathfinder 3.5 again, but I do believe you can cast above your actual ability with a chance to fail, but I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look that up.
I just looked it up. Let's see here.
That was quick.
You can
That's
cast
perfect.
a spell higher level than you normally cast, but it's an ability check, so it's an intelligence check. DC equal to 10 plus the spell level.
Ooh, that's pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dispel Magic 3rd level spell, so that'd be DC 13, and it's a straight up int check.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
that would be a 50% chance of failure.
Yeah, that's okay. That's much
I mean, it's not
worse
awful.
chance.
It's doable, but
Except
it can be very.
that a 3rd level spell scroll is freaking expensive.
Yeah.
That's the other side of it. All
What
right.
about the Church of St. Cuthbert? Do you think they would be willing to help us?
I think that's a great idea. Talk to Jinya.
Hey, Jenny, you want to come have a bath? It's a bit weird,
I've
isn't
been
it?
waiting all this time for you to say those words to me.
Oh, well.
I've been waiting 3 days. This whole adventure has actually been 3 days. I've been waiting 3 days for you to say that.
Your
This whole
entire
time.
career. Okay, so you want to go back and hit on Jinya? Essentially.
Whoa, phrasing.
So when it, when the option comes up, Farazan says, "I believe that it would be wise for one of us to stay and keep an eye on those coming and going. If Auric is unaware of what is happening, then we should keep an eye out for him in his stead."
All right, I can do it.
It may be best to do so from a hidden position.
And Trathiel just like uses the hat of disguise to change what he looks like. Sure.
And literally every time somebody walks in and goes away, you can change to a different look, like just constantly shift.
Yeah, I can't replicate a specific person, but I can always just change my shape.
Yeah.
Form. That's fine. The other thing that I can do, if we're going to separate the party, is I'll activate the Psychic Whispers daily.
Oh, cool.
So that we can communicate telepathically for... I'll dig it up, but it's like a mile or something crazy. Like, we should be fine.
Would you look it up? Talk to me about that, because I don't think I think we maybe touched on it once since we started playing, but what exactly is involved with the whole psychic connection? I know you can do it once for free a day. It doesn't require any dice, but and you can hit a number of people, something, but the distance is the biggest part. And the duration's pretty good. It's like an hour per level or something like that. It's a great ability.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But I just don't know the distance.
Just trying to dig up exactly where it is in D&D Beyond.
Is it Tasha's? Is that from Tasha's? I'm not sure. I believe it's from Tasha's.
Yeah, it is. I just can't find it. Normally there's a description of the ability somewhere, so I'll find it.
That's part of the soul knife thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Psychic Whispers. You and the other creature must be within 1 mile of each other to send or receive a message.
You're good anywhere in Cauldron then, because it's the diameter of it's not even a mile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it doesn't seem to be it's not. A bunch of these things get blocked by a foot of concrete or something like that. This has got none of that. It just works.
Just brain talking. I like
brain talking.
Good old fashioned.
Go ahead.
Just being stupid. Roll what?
You roll one of your dice, and it's an hour
Yep.
times whatever you roll.
An hour times at the moment it's a D6.
So can you hit both can all three of you have it with one use, or does it take one person per use?
It's
proficiency bonus.
It's my proficiency bonus. So now that we're a party of 3, I can hit everyone.
Okay. So so you connect with Farazan and Khaldun psychically for how
2
long?
Hours.
For 2 hours.
Yep.
And it's got a 1 mile radius or whatever length.
Yep.
Range. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, you guys are partying in each other's heads right now.
Excellent.
Which is weird because we had a Khaldun and a Farazan partying in the same room when it comes to brain stuff. It just seems awkward.
So we just hear the undercurrents of thoughts going on through there. It's Khaldun's
tacos. We've eaten 4 times today.
Yeah. What was funny is we may be thinking of the same thing. It's that looks good. That looks good too.
I'm full. Who was saying that? Get out of my mind.
Stop thinking of elephants.
Nope. Let's keep going. So that is called. Tell me again what that's called.
Psychic Whispers.
Psychic Whispers. Very cool. All right. So you are psychic whispered together. Sounds like Tarathiel, you're going to hang out next to the bath or in the Bethel area.
Yes, I will hang out at the Bethel zone.
Okay. And the other 2 of you are going to go be charismatic and talk to Jinya.
Sure.
Yes.
Right? Right?
They're gonna do one of those things.
Yeah.
is literally almost an exact straight line across Crater Lake to get to the Temple of St. Cuthbert. So 20
Swim
minutes.
checks.
Huh?
Swim checks.
Swim
What?
checks.
Oh,
Swim.
please go swimming in Crater Lake.
Sure, it'll be fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. So yeah, 20 minutes around. Like I said, it's not, well, maybe 15 minutes to get to the Church of St. Cuthbert. Walk inside. You see the typical acolytes walking around. Ask Virginia. She's there. Call her out. Hi, guys. What can I do for you?
We are in need of assistance. There is
I'm-
a person named Oric Stonehaven that has been
Oh, I've heard of Oric.
enchanted, and we are hoping to have someone break the magic.
Okay, you're asking me to break an enchantment?
And Farazan will look at Khaldun and it's like, is that how it works?
Yes. Yes. So we're talking to Oric about the goblin problem because we think he knows something about it. And while I was talking to him, he kept saying the same thing over and over and over again. So I cast Detect Magic and I've discovered that he was enchanted. And I think the enchantment is what's causing him to sort of behave this way. So I think he knows something, but someone is preventing him from talking about it. I don't know the magic to remove that kind of enchantment, and I thought maybe you would.
I do know how, but I would have to study. I wouldn't be able to do it till tomorrow.
Okay. Would you be willing to do this?
After what you've done for me, of course. Yes.
Well, thank you very much. I think talking to him tomorrow should be fine. His bathhouse doesn't open up till 6 p.m.
I've been there
So-
before.
Oh, okay.
I have 6 to 12-ish, I think. Is this something you want to do tomorrow?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I will prepare for it. I'll pray to St. Cuthbert and I'll have the ability to do that tomorrow.
We thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Of course, my pleasure.
Have a good evening.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
I appreciate this, but in your experience, does this sound reasonable to you? Like what might be happening?
It would be better if I had cast Detect Magic, as it sounds like you've done, to get a better chance. Oric, how did he sound? I mean, I've met Oric several times. He's a well-known business owner in town. He's never caused trouble. Never.
You seem pretty reasonable to me. I mean, we exchanged adventuring stories and things like that.
He has quite a few stories.
But whenever I would ask him about goblins, he would just repeat the same thing in the same tone. So that kind of led me to believe, hey, something's going on here.
What led you to Oric in the first place? Not that I doubt you. I'm just curious.
I am trying to recall. It was the last laugh.
It was the last laugh. Do you want to tell her that?
I don't have a reason not to.
Okay.
I love it because you guys are actually talking in your heads.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's right.
I've got Tarathiel co-pilot going. Look, Khaldun, wait, it breaks, and it just comes out of my mouth.
That guy looks like he could have soaked for another couple of hours.
The last laugh. How would they?
So it's sort of a bit of a circuitous route. We started with the guards, and the guards ended up leading us to the last laugh.
In
Never
your,
mind.
in your head,
She
you
looks a
hear,
little taken aback by that.
And because they believed the last laugh knew something about the goblins. So we got a contact with the last laugh, and they said, talk to Auric.
Huh.
Which
Why would they offer? It doesn't matter. I knew the last laugh had their fingers and things, but I didn't know they controlled the guard that much.
they've got some kind of hold on the guard because there's members of the guard that are part of the last laugh.
Hmm.
Overtly, like not hiding at all.
It's very, very sad to hear that. Yes, I will help you. I'll be happy to help you tomorrow.
Also, do you know anything about men that can turn into rats?
Heard of were-rats, werewolves, were-creatures? Sure.
I've never encountered anything like that before, but we
I
fought
haven't
some.
either. I've read about them. You've here in Cauldron?
Yes, there were 4 of them outside Oryx's door.
Have you been bitten?
Me? No.
Either any of you?
I believe that
Maybe?
Tarathiel was bitten.
We fought 4 of them. It was kind of a messy fight. I didn't get bitten, but one of my. I look at Farzan. Farzan, did you get it?
No, but Tarathiel was bitten.
Oh,
Was I? Oh yeah, no, I passed my save.
Tarathiel?
yeah. So, I forgot. I put my finger to my head. I pull a doctor.
I think that lady just stole it.
Xavier. It's like,
What?
Come in, Tarathiel. Did you get bitten by a rat?
Doing like a SEAL team throat mic, like,
Oh,
come
yeah.
in. Yeah.
You have to say over.
Over.
Overcopy?
I think. Yeah, but it's all right. Over, I guess.
It's all right. I made my save.
So Tarathiel says, yeah, but it's
I
all
washed
right.
it. I washed it straight away. We went in the bath.
I peed on it.
He took a bath.
It's like a jellyfish.
It's like a jellyfish.
I do think.
Are they venomous? Do you think he has a disease?
Well, that's how they transmit the were creature through a bite. It's how you become a were creature, is if it bites you. I would suggest Tarathiel just come in, and we can take care of it if he has been bitten, and if there's any kind of.
Jenya wants to see you. Jenya wants to see you. Sorry.
At least before the next full moon. Which.
Before the next full moon. This is kind of romantic.
Well, I don't mean it that way. Just looking out for him, it's a possibility that he could be infected. It's a curse, and not easily gotten rid of.
What is this town? What is it about this town curses? Turning everybody invisible, turn everybody into rats. Okay.
That's 2 curses. Yeah.
2's not a pattern. It's just a
Yes.
coincidence.
It's not a pattern.
I think there were 4 were-rats, weren't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Enough of a pattern.
It would. He doesn't have to come in, but it would be smart. I could make sure he's not infected.
Well,
He's got a good 10 days before the next full moon. It's not urgent right now, but make sure he doesn't get extra mousy. She chuckles at her own little stupid joke.
Tarathiel, what do you think about cheese?
On tacos?
On tacos. I don't think the tacos we ate had cheese on them.
Quesadillas?
Oh no, he's craving tacos? That's a sign.
It's a sign.
All right.
No, it's just disappointing. I think it'd be in his best interest if he came in and had us take a look.
Okay. All right. Well,
But yes,
I
for your
appreciate your help.
original- Of course. I'll be available first thing in the morning, but again, he doesn't open till 6. But come by and let me know when you need my help. I'll be prepared.
Thank you very much. So Tarathiel, do you want to hang out there longer, or what do you want to do?
I mean, this is our only lead, right? We should
Think
hang
so.
around here. We could still try the trick where I pretend to be a little old lady with a purse full of coins. It seems like if there's something weird about this place, doing it around here might work.
Okay. You want to? We'll show up there pretty soon. We can be back up if something bad happens.
All right.
So the plan is Tarathiel are going to hang out at the boathouse. Is that?
Bathhouse?
Yeah,
am I reading it right?
we're gonna. I think Farazan and Khaldun will go back around, and we're gonna do a stakeout.
I did say boathouse.
You did
Yeah,
say
I
boathouse.
I don't know why. I cannot get boathouse out of my head. Bathhouse. So you guys are going to stake it out. Stake out the bathhouse.
Yeah, except in our case, it's gonna be a taco out.
Is there
Yes.
is there a dark alley somewhere near here?
Yes, all kinds of them.
Okay.
Several blocks away though. The closest one was about 3 blocks away.
Yeah.
You've already been around that particular block when you were kind of checking things out, or maybe
Mhm.
Farazan had. One of the two of you had been outside and was checking things out.
There's
So
no little lap around, I think.
Farazan, okay.
Yeah, it took
Yeah,
a while.
because Tarathiel was invisible and searching inside, and Khaldun was taking a second bath. So
Okay. So the question is, what is the plan? Are you going to stay up all night? Put yourself into a level of exhaustion is why I'm asking. You can take turns, like just a regular rest, checking.
Well, they don't open. He
saying?
doesn't open back up till 6 p.m. So we
Correct.
can sleep later tomorrow.
sleep away the day. Yeah, I'm concerned about waiting a day to like if we wait another day, then there could be more goblin attacks. We want to try and catch them if we can tonight. Right?
So just walk around and hope we get jumped.
At this point, no one has
That's-
been killed, though, so it is very minor. I think
Right.
it would be best to stay here and see if someone coming or going from here for the rest of the night is suspicious.
That was one of the things that the guard captain did mention was nobody had been hurt. Nobody had been attacked. The only people that had any kind of wounds or damage at all were if they had resisted. And
Yeah.
it was just enough for them to take what they needed and they ran off. People's houses have been broken into, muggings, obviously the graffiti and some of the damage in town. But no, nobody has actually been killed by any means. And several of the goblins had been killed and left in the guard barracks.
I'm gonna end up being sad for these goblins, aren't I? I feel this is where this is headed. I'm getting
It's just
a we the baddies vibe out of this.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Just a college prank. They're being hazed. Leave them alone.
That's right.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
These poor young goblins just getting murdered by a bunch of adventurers.
So this evening, what is the plan?
Graffiti artists. I personally, I feel like we should keep an eye on the bathhouse and just see if anybody suspicious comes in and out. And Tarathiel would like to do some laps disguised as a little old lady through the dark alleys just to see what happens. I guess given that we've got a telepathic link for the next hour or so, maybe do that. But it's probably too early to get jumped.
Okay. So heading back to the bathhouse, the two of Farazan and Khaldun are gonna hang out in the alleys, while Tarathiel gets all old ladied up and takes a walk.
Yeah,
Sure.
I've dropped my
Well, we
purse.
have the link.
Okay. So the two of you give me a stealth check, and Tarathiel, give me a disguise. Is that a thing in 5e? Not disguise. You have a
Deception?
deception.
Dis-
Yeah, deception. I like that with a bonus, with advantage for sure. As you make your lap around the block several times.
That's a 20, young man.
You
I was really-
distinctly.
I was really hoping you weren't going to say performance,
I think deception
which I feel is
definitely
also
better.
appropriate.
Stealth, you say?
Yes, please.
Can I make a case for being so far away that stealth doesn't matter?
Where are you?
So far away that stealth doesn't matter?
So you're at the the drunken Morkoth?
With a set of opera glasses, just peering across the lake.
He's got a spyglass. He's standing on top of the wall.
Just standing still like a tree.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like Drax. Like, I move so slow, I'm invisible.
with special ability. No, I mean, like around the turn, just out of sight. So as long as they're in psychic communication, he's like, oh, I'm going around this building. It's like, okay, he's okay. I'll stay out of sight.
Are you following him?
No.
No.
Okay, well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're standing somewhere, and it's not a super hard check. It's just like you roll a 1, and you're being very fair on.
Yeah.
But you're trying to stay out of, just out of general sight.
Yeah. Well,
Right?
I mean,
Try and be a few feet shorter, if you can manage.
Are you planning to do?
Your check does not affect Tarathiel at all.
Okay.
Is that your concern?
Yeah. I didn't want to be too obvious.
She is now walking off old lady like your stealth will not affect her at all.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Now I'm confused.
Tarathiel's gone full Bugs Bunny at this point.
I'll just roll stealth and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's just to show. Oh wow, that's pretty low. It's just to show what your personal stealth is. Like, are you sticking out like a sore thumb as you are, or are you, kind of nicely hidden in the shadows?
Nope.
Khaldun, what'd you get?
6. I got a 20, natural 20, and a 6.
A natural 20 for a 22.
But it's a disadvantage. I'm at disadvantage, so 6.
Oh.
Why are you disadvantaged? Your armor.
Plate armor.
Okay. And so a 6 and a 6. Roger.
No, a 3 and a 6.
Oh, why are you disadvantaged?
Because also disadvantage.
Armor.
Also armor.
Wow. You guys are stealthy. All right. So a 3 and a 6. Tarathiel.
So we're hanging out under the street lamp.
You guys are singing under the street lamp.
Eating tacos loudly.
Playing trombones.
Tarathiel is afraid for the noises coming behind him.
So it's 9-ish at night.
Followed.
It is definitely dark. I mean, pitch black dark. Stars in the sky, but still, the sunlight doesn't really illuminate many things. Neither does the stars. You're walking around the 3-block lap. There's a couple of storefronts, a couple of houses, this, that, and the other. You go around a full lap and make it back around without any incident whatsoever. And you see them like playing hopscotch in the mud.
Who doesn't?
Slip and slide, exactly. As you come back around. I mean, to their credit, they're trying very, very hard to be not noticed, but they just don't look. Their armor is very loud and glinty off of the no light that I just obviously described wasn't there. But yes, they're not doing very good about hiding. But you had no trouble. And during the time that he is doing his lap, you two guys, I'm assuming you're stinging, you're scoping out Oryx's bathhouse. You do see people coming in and out. I mean, just looks like regular, all human. And people going in, people coming out. Nothing seems out of the ordinary at this point.
So, the perimeter of the bathhouse. Are there any other entrances? There's only one way in and out. The front door.
That yes. That you've seen and you've checked it out. You've been around. You've lapped around it. Now, Tarathiel, you've lapped around it. Again, there are other entrances. There's other houses and storefronts in this 3-block or 3. The block that you're going around is about 3 buildings wide, right? And some of them are 2 or 3 stories. You're not going around the bathhouse itself. It's it's like buildings connected to each other in a row, going around like a large block. You figure one of those is definitely the entrance to Oryx's apartment. There's
We
a
know there's a second floor on the bathhouse, right?
there is a second floor in the bathhouse, and there's a doorway next to the bathhouse that you can see stairs going up. It's more than likely, obviously, Oryx, the way up to Oryx's apartment. Nothing else sticks out. Again, like I said, there are a couple people coming in and out during the night. An hour passes. Do a couple of laps, even if you want. We'll keep the same stealth because you haven't really moved.
Haven't moved, yeah. So I didn't know about this. A fire ladder going up to the second floor to his apartment.
Well, it's like it's an assumption for sure, but there's a door next to. Yeah, you've seen in larger cities where there's just large, like 5 or 6 buildings in a row tied together,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
there's just not alleyways, but like stairways up and down in between each one of them. That's kind of the feeling you're getting from this. It's several buildings in a row. You got Orc's Bathhouse is the first one on the corner here. A couple of others you haven't really checked out, see what they are, but there's apartments. There's some of them are 2-3 stories high, but there is a doorway with a stairwell going up next to Orc's Bathhouse.
Okay, I understand. That's all right. So the stairwell is not on the outside. It's a door going to a stairs going up.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
It's not like a not like a fire escape. It's you walk through the closed door and
Yeah.
it's obviously locked, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Are there residents around, like sitting, relaxing on like their front stoops or something like that, or upstairs balconies or anything like that around the bathhouse?
Not in this area.
Okay.
This is actually more of a non-residential area. It's just
Commercial.
It's a commercial area. So he lives above his, which is pretty, Keegan Gale did the same thing. His apartment was above his shop,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
It's so funny. There's 3 shady characters sitting on the bench, trying to hide,
Mhm.
watching the door.
2, and an old lady doing laps.
I lost my way. I can't find my way home.
Okay.
And a little old lady hobbles up. Well, shit.
She ain't found shit.
That guy, from Spaceballs. I didn't realize that was the same dude that was Tuvok in Deep Space
Tuvok.
or
Yeah.
Voyager.
And the other guy, wasn't that the guy that did all the beatbox in
Tim, that's Tim, right?
That's Michael Winslow.
Winslow, yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Winslow. We lost
Hey.
the bleeps, the shweeps, and the creeps. The what, the what, and the what?
Yeah. But wait
I
a
didn't
minute, that's not Tim
recognize-
Russ. That's not Tuvok.
No, that's different.
Oh, okay.
That's the
I
guy
was
from
gonna say,
Police
I
Academy.
didn't realize that was Tuvok.
No.
Because he'd have been like 8 when that came out, I think.
Yeah.
No, the guy who's got the comb and he says, we ain't found, whatever. That's Tuvok.
Oh.
Yeah. That's Tim
Oh, I
Russ.
didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a video I saw of him and he's sitting there with like a little a tray of sand and a comb. He's like, I've been acting for 35 years. I've got all these awards. I was, a star on a multi-year, Star Trek series, and it's the only thing people remember me for.
I
is,
didn't know that
I
was
ain't
him.
found.
I didn't know.
I had
He's
no idea.
he's also a voice actor in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Oh God, there's so many. Yeah.
Credited as Trooper.
What a trooper.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
What a sweet gig to have, being a voice actor for just a
Ton of
mega
stuff.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah, when you hear him speak, you know it's him.
mhm.
Yeah. He's
Mhm.
got a very. It's like
Yeah.
Matt Mercer. He's got a very distinct. Even when he's doing his voices, it's still you can tell it's Matt Mercer when he speaks. That guy.
There's a few of them.
Yeah. That guy's pretty amazing. So you've spent, call it an hour, just kind of doing some reconnaissance, doing some laps, hanging out, staking out the place. All human, just standard, average cauldronites coming in and out of the bathhouse over the next hour. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
Do you want to look at the upstairs?
Be sneaky.
You mean, do you want me to break into an apartment that may or may not belong to a guy that's enchanted?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Sure.
do you think there'll be evidence of enchantment in his bedroom? Because last time I investigated a bedroom, I lost a finger.
I don't think so. I'm guessing no, but there may be goblins
Under his bed?
in the attic. I don't know.
I
I'm
would think
grabbing
that they would
that.
be coming from
Just
underneath.
spitballing here.
I guess, like, how exposed is this door on the street? Because presumably it's locked. So if I'm going to pick a lock on a street, I don't want to be doing it when there's people walking past.
You would be standing on the quote sidewalk 20 feet from the front door of the bathhouse while you picked a lock.
Directly under
Oh.
a street lamp.
So it's pretty
Well,
obvious.
no, it's I mean it's darkish. You know, it wouldn't be well lit, but you would be not hidden. It's not like not a
exposed.
dark alleyway, but it's not like the streets are dead. I mean, there are people moving around, not just going into and out of the boathouse, just people walking along the streets. There are guards that are coming and going. I mean, nobody's paid a specific attention to you, but it's I don't want to make it sound like it's just dead of the night and nobody's moving.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not impossible, but
You could try it.
It is
sneaky as
risky.
hell. You could definitely do it.
Mm.
And you wouldn't have any disadvantage to even hide. Like it's not well lit, nor is it perfectly pitch black, but it'd be just like hiding in the shadows. It wouldn't be that difficult to do.
All right, then.
Should we
Keep a
wait
lookout.
on that until we have the magic dispelled from Auric?
I mean, we can just go spend the night, wake up tomorrow, do the thing with Jinya, or what? I mean,
Before we invade this man's privacy. I guess that's probably the right word. Privacy.
Private privacy.
Private privacy.
Yeah, private privacy.
with honors.
With honors, sir.
First class.
Hey, Cowart. But yeah, but before we break into this guy's house, I suggest we try to break the enchantment first.
Okay.
He had a pretty sweet water skin thing in his office, but I left it there because I don't think that's enchanting him, unless it could be.
Well, I detected some magic in his office, like at the base of his desk. So that sweet water skin might have been magical.
Could it have enchanted him?
I suppose so. Yeah, I guess someone could have given him a magical wine skin of goblin forgetting or something like that. Sure. I don't know.
Honestly, it wouldn't be the strangest thing we've seen this week.
True.
Well, I probably can't go get it while he's awake, so
Let's do this tomorrow. The breaking
Okay.
and entering.
All right.
let's break the law tomorrow.
Let's do the larceny in the morning.
Do we
This is
have
premeditated, so this makes it a worse offense, by the way.
yeah? Do we have the authority to do this?
So you've got the writ of purpose, but that does not give you key to the city to break in wherever you like. No,
right.
you would be
yeah.
you know you'd be in trouble if you
Yeah.
broke into a commoner or a business owner's house. Sure.
Yeah. So
Nah, we
fair's
got
on
probable cause.
Yeah.
And also does not make you city militia, right? I mean,
Mhm.
you're Batman at this point. You're rich, you have skills, and you're not really concerned about breaking the law.
Fair enough. I
Well,
mean,
that's
fair's
what
honest.
they sort of outsource that to adventurers anyway, right? If it's not like you run of the mill, I stole a loaf of bread, then they ask adventurers to look into it.
Right. That's why the guard captain specifically asked for you to go investigate the goblins. They're not the ones that are just robbing bank. Like if it's monstrous or if it's mystical, yeah, that's very, very specifically why he sought you out, because you'd already proven yourself as capable adventurers rescuing the kidnapped kids from, beholders. So yeah, you've done some good things in town.
There's only one beholder. I mean, come on.
I was going to say beholders plural. Come on.
The rest were invisible. So
Sneaky pants.
that's why it's but that also wouldn't give you carte blanche to break the rules,
Sure.
break the laws, right?
Right.
So
Yep.
you have been asked. You probably have some leeway. You are working on behest of the captain of the city guard, but it only goes so far. But then again, if you break in and find something that's evidence damnable, then all of a sudden you're on the good side of the law, right? I mean,
It's always the case.
it's
right.
depends on the end.
Schrodinger's crime.
Exactly.
Until we commit it, we don't know if we're being good guys or not.
That's right.
Well, everyone in Cauldron is a Schrodinger's villain.
So far,
At this
so
point, yeah.
much, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm ready for bed then.
All right, let's go have a pint and go to bed.
Okay. Head back to the Drunken Morkoth, all three of you. Yes.
Mhm.
All right. Head back inside. It's pretty busy. It is primarily, kind of an adventurer's place, but other people come hoping to see adventures. It's like the paparazzi come in to see the famous people that come in through town. They see you come in, and you get a little bit of a cheer as you walk in, and you have your first round purchased by just the locals wanting to, see the heroes of Cauldron. Have a couple of beers. Nalini's there. She comes through and get you your drinks, any food you may want.
Drive by show.
And a cheese plate for Trathiel.
And
It's a trap.
If nothing else, you'll spend the night and wake up the next morning with a long rest.
Okay.
Sounds
Long
good.
rest.
Okay.
Clicking the button.
Confirmed.
Long rest. Completed.
All right. Early-ish, sunrise, which is 9 or 10 o'clock around this parts, but you have the day. If there's anything during the day, you've got literally 8 hours to kill before you go see Jinya and go back to Oryx's bathhouse. Is there anything you want to do with those 8 hours?
I don't think we have anything pressing. The only thing Farazan would want to do, the work on the staff, that's ongoing with the smith. That's not something I have to check in on.
Well, it should be ready in 3 more days.
3 more days. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I help the crafting at the Blue Oyster Club to get the
Only if you describe it in exquisite detail.
Yeah.
What are you wanting to do at the Blue Crater Academy?
Put some time in on either my headband or the book.
Which one?
To accelerate. I'm trying to remember which one. I think we started the headband first.
Yes, you did.
So that one.
Okay, you have increased you've decreased the time to fix it by a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what I'll do.
Additional day, I guess.
Okay.
Makes more sense. Okay, that's what you spend your day, Tarathiel?
Tarathiel wants to go hang out by the Lakeside Pavilion and see if he can catch a look at the woman that gave us the information. See if she shows up again, because she seemed to be hanging out here yesterday.
Perception, please.
Perception.
Farazan, what you doing?
That's a natural 20 for a 23.
Okay.
That's a nice perception. I don't think that I have had a chance to just go get the lay of the land of Cauldron and see the sights. I don't remember if I've done that.
Kind of spend the day exploring the city.
Yeah. Just looking around, and in particular looking for visually interesting architecture.
You find all kinds of interesting things, and I will open all those up in just a moment.
Okay.
Tarathiel, You're sitting
Yo.
there in the pavilion. You don't specifically visually see somebody that looks like the lady you saw.
hmm
Wow, that's a weird sentence. You recognize more or less a gait. You recognize the movements. You recognize um, what would only be recognizable by somebody that has been a part of a thieves guild in the past. You
hmm
see in passing thieves' cant. You see messages given left and right. You don't see that specific woman, but you do see a very specific person that you've seen before in the shadows um, early on in your adventuring
Jill?
life.
Do I see Jill?
You see Jill noticing you. Jill is keeping an eye on you.
Mm-mm.
She is very, very good. And had you not rolled a natural 20, you probably would never have picked her out. But the funny thing about Jill is you do see her seeing you, and you almost blink for a moment, and you see as she's walking through the crowd, the image of Jill changes to another image of another passerby, and then it changes again, and she's out of sight.
Nice.
Gasp.
Good.
That was a piece of your day, but that's kind of your whole day. Just you have a better understanding of how the last laugh does their wheelings and dealings under the radar, and you see the police, you see the guards interacting with just a random people here, and it's just that the other two would never have picked up on this. You just
Well,
see this kind
I
of
definitely got the impression after I followed the other guy here and he met with somebody and they sort of passed messages that this might be like a hub of activity for the last laugh.
you are exactly correct. Yeah. Do you have inspiration?
I do.
Okay.
I need to spend it so I can get more.
But yeah, you at this point, if you're ever looking for information about the last laugh, you now have advantage. Like you have a very good understanding of their workings, their daily to day, just interactions. You spent the day doing that, and it paid off very well.
Nice job.
All right, Mr. Fairzon,
Mm-hmm.
you spent the day just exploring Cauldron.
Mm-hmm. Signing autographs, doing the thing. Yeah. Kissing
Yeah.
babies.
Every once in a while, somebody will stop you. I mean, you stick out like a turd in a punch bowl, right? They see you coming around the corner very easily. There are several other churches, temples, whatnot, in the city. You found Temple of Cord. You found the Lord Mayor's residence.
Mm-hmm.
Weir's Elixirs, who is well known and he has many advertisements with the announcers of Cauldron. He sells nothing but potions and oils and ointments. You found the Brass Trumpet, which is another bar in town. More of a midline. It's not like a dive. It's not like a cop bar, but it's more like a really nice Applebee's kind of feel. Like
I don't get the reference.
you get that?
No, I don't get that reference.
Oh, so the Applebee's is a no. I'm not gonna do that. You find the Slippery Eel Tavern, which is more or less the other side of that. Like it's a more of a sleazy kind of bar,
Mm-hmm.
down or up. Crazily enough, is very very close to the guard barracks. You find a place called Tyget's Old Things. Think of it like a shoot.
An
When
antique
you
shop?
go, not yeah, but more like a pawn shop.
Hmm.
People go sell their stuff, like an antique pawn shop. I guess would be a good combination. You find the Koi Nixie, which is a upper class kind of restaurant in town. Other places, nothing really besides that sticks out. You see in the down bottom right area of Cauldron is a lot of warehouses. Very, very busy area. People on the docks, and the docks are used quite a bit. You wouldn't imagine there'd be a lot of trade commencing across just a lake you can see the other side of.
Mhm.
But there's fishing going on. There are fishermen and women out in the lake. You see the priests that are out there, and they're using wands to cleanse uh, the sewage that's draining into the lake. Every church in the city has multiple acolytes down at the lake, continuously cleansing the refuse going down there. And it's a pretty constant stream because it has not stopped raining in 3 days. You're in the monsoon season, so all these poop and pee and just trash and things going out people's doors are flowing downhill, all going to Crater Lake, and these priests are spending their entire days. I mean, we're talking dozens of priests down at the lake side, all the way around it, cleaning up the lake as it comes in. Besides that, you do find the livery.
The what?
So if you need the horse house livery, Surefoot livery.
Okay.
Besides that, you've pretty much seen all the obvious storefronts. The Cusp of Sunrise is another high-end restaurant. Most of the places are personal houses or businesses that aren't obvious, or warehouses that doesn't tell you who specifically owns them, things like that. But you got a pretty good idea of the lay of the land, because the diameter of this town is 3/4 of a mile. So it's not unheard of that if you spend a day just purposefully looking for things, trying to figure things out, you have a pretty good lay of the land now.
Okay.
So if you were to try to do a knowledge check or try to find a specific place in town, you now have advantage.
Okay. Sounds good. And I guess I didn't think about this, but any new signs of goblin activity just while he's walking around? Is that obvious? Or is that a different activity?
No. It's you're walking around. It's just difficult for you to know whether or not it's new or not, because you're not really sure what all was there yesterday. But there is still very obvious graffiti, minor damage. You hear people talking about how Betty Sue got robbed last night by a goblin or several goblins, but luckily she wasn't hurt. But they took all of her jewels and her grandmother's diamond ring that was passed down from generation to generation. So that there were a couple more robberies last night. Obviously, it's more graffiti from the goblins.
That's probably not a good idea, but if he finds a place that hasn't been disturbed too much by traffic, it'd be nice to take a look for tracks or any signs of how they got there.
So at like a graffiti site?
A graffiti site, or if I hear someone say, old lady Miller got robbed, and he finds out where that is.
Give me, we'll call it a graffiti site, a new graffiti site. Somebody said, hey, somebody marked up grandma's house last night. It's got nasty drawings and something in goblin. Give me a survival check.
Survival check? Okay. I'm good at that one. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
To get advantage. And that's a whopping 13.
13. So considering it is a constant downpour and traffic, you don't really pick much up from this area.
No muddy footprints or anything that have an outline that says goblin.
No.
Okay.
Afraid not.
That's unfortunate. Okay. Sounds good.
While we were doing all that, I did a search for Applebee's to find out what it was, and I found is Applebee's the worst restaurant? And it says most likely the worst chain restaurant to still be open nationwide. Applebee's is somewhat of a legacy in terms of how awful chain restaurants can really be. Many would argue that it's the worst of the worst. Eating at home would be better and cheaper than anything Applebee's has to offer.
So it's funny. I used to be a waiter at Applebee's like way back in the day, and Where I live in Knoxville, there have been 3 Applebee's shut down within a 3-mile radius. Like they are going the way of the dodo bird. They are going out of business.
This
But-
stream not brought to you by Applebee's.
Wouldn't matter anyway.
If we were brought to by Applebee's, I'd be worried.
It wouldn't be bringing much.
Yeah.
All right, it is pushing 6 o'clock.
Right? Farazan will make his way over to the not boathouse.
Bath.
Boath.
Boath. So the 3 of you show up together. I mean, the plan was we'll meet here at 6 o'clock, more or less.
Bath time.
Get there
Feels
right
like
at 6
quite a
o'clock.
rubber duck.
Yeah, Farazan brings a funnel cake.
Standing outside of Orak's bathhouse.
Oh,
So before we go in, I'm going to a ritual cast Detect Magic, just so I've got it going before we go in.
Actually, and I forgot, you guys are going to go talk to Jinya first. So you meet up at St. Cuthbert's.
Okay.
Right? I mean, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but you wanted her to do something for you. So
Sure.
I'm ready. I've prepared a spell called Dispel Magic. I think that would be my best bet if he is enchanted.
Tarathiel, it's like looking for whiskers, long teeth.
Oh. Trathiel, I'd forgotten. You were bitten by the were-rat?
Yeah, but I washed it.
I'm glad. May I see the wound, please?
Sure. He rolls up his sleeve.
She takes a look. And she casts a spell.
mm-mm.
Okay. I think you're clear.
Now Tarathiel's under compulsion.
Yeah.
Now you're enchanted.
This is how it starts.
Now you're enchanted. Go join Auric at the bathhouse.
I guess.
Don't
I
know
guess
about were rats.
yeah, I guess
Don't
if
know
we're
about
standing
were-rats.
outside of the bathhouse, we could say, that's the were-rat that bit him.
I'm assuming the bodies are gone overnight.
The bodies are gone. Yes.
Oh dang.
Have been removed. You guys really didn't talk much about it. So when you were doing your reconnaissance, when you were hanging out, the bodies were still there.
Mhm.
You guys didn't move them or anything like that.
No, we did
People-
move them. We did move them. We drug them off to the side of the road.
Into
Okay.
the shadows a little
Kind of
bit.
like in a
Yeah.
pile.
Yeah.
So they were noticed occasionally, but nobody really did anything. They'd see him and like hurriedly walk off, not want to be a part of it. Come back the next day, the bodies are all gone.
I forgot about those.
I probably washed into the crater.
You hid them very, very well.
We hit them
So
better
well
than
you
we hit
can't find them
ourselves.
anymore.
I swear they're right here. And Jinya, she's joined you. She's in a robe because obviously she's probably going to take a bath. Um,
Tarathiel's in
good.
flip flops. The hat of disguise is
nothing
now
else.
some kind of like
It's a,
the
yeah, it's a
tank top
ta-
and flip flops.
it's a towel.
like a shower cap.
yeah.
So you get to the
Rubber
house,
duck.
knock on the door opens, and it's Orak again, and he gives the best semblance of a smile of recognition. You're like, huh. Yeah. Come on in.
Is he still enchanted?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Okay.
You want private or public?
Private.
He holds his hand out.
Give him
2 silver, please.
2
2
silver?
silver,
Yeah.
please. Yes.
Yeah.
So the public is 7 copper. Just to let you
Okay.
know, it's almost a third of the price. Private bath, 2 silver.
So much
So
money.
I
I know we pay extra for soap, right?
If you
Is
want
it
a bar of
soap?
soap, it's an additional
Yeah.
silver piece.
All right.
That's expensive soap.
It's very expensive soap.
I'll do that. I have all the money.
Okay, 3 silver pieces, and you have a bar of soap.
Don't drop it.
Of course,
Jinya-
it'll last a while, right? It's not just a one bath soap, bar of soap, right? It's not one of those
No,
like
no.
little mini, like
No,
it's not a
it's-
sliver of soap.
it's a good chunk of lard with some nice scent in it. Jenya just gets a public bath. You know, she's in her robes and she goes and just crawls down into the big tub.
So when we're talking here, I look at Jinya, and when Oric is busy with someone else, I point and I look at him and I nod.
So she, as he's going to get the towels and the soap, is he still acting the same way? He seems fine to me.
He's enchanted.
Okay.
I can see it.
Do you want me to just cast the spell?
Yes, please.
Okay, when he comes back, I will.
All right.
And we'll see you next week.
Dang it.
Actually, we'll see you in 3 weeks. Because
Okay.
next week I will
next
be
2,
at
3
the
weeks.
beach, and then the following week, Jamie, you'll be on vacation. So we are
Son of a
taking a
beach.
2-week break from recording. Thought about trying to recording while I was at the beach. I just don't want to. So
That's fair.
Sounds like work.
yeah, taking a full week off. So we will be coming back. What day will that be? Let's look at a calendar. Let's get my mouse working.
Mm-hmm.
That will be the 27th. So we will be back recording episode 29 on the 27th for you, coward. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time. And we will see just exactly what happens when Jinya casts Dispel Magic on the enchanted Orek and his boathouse.
Yeah, Catwort, you'll have to find something else to listen to. I'm sure there's a podcast out there.
There's plenty of things on the Back Patio Network. Come to the Back Patio Network.
Oh, every Wednesday, Rocks and Rune Lords. If you're a patron, you get it on Sunday. Hey, on Monday, every
Hooray.
Monday, we've got My Hero Academia, where they're doing
Almighty
anime
podcast.
show, My Almighty Podcast with
Yeah,
Adam
good one.
Atkins.
Who's your favorite character?
They just dropped their
Adam.
first episode of the KO Cinema thing that they're doing as well, which is a Dragon Ball Z thing.
Oh,
If you're into
okay.
Dragon Ball Z, check it out.
And Adam and his beautiful wife, Hannah, are now recording twice a week as they do a run through of the remastered Mass Effect. It's kind of cool. It's fun. He's playing John. What's his character?
Jean-Luc Chapard.
Shepard. So there's a couple of things you can check out.
It's still funny.
Yeah, he's trying to play. Is the character named Shepard? Is that the?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. He's trying to play him as if making all the
Jean-Luc
decisions
Picard,
that
yeah.
Jean-Luc Picard would make. Is that the idea?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just runs around shouting there are 4 lights and playing the flute. You know,
And drinking.
Earl Grey tea.
Yeah, Earl Grey.
drinking
hot-
over tea.
Make it so.
You know, there was always, whenever I watched Star Trek Next Generation, I always had this strange sense of comfort whenever
Here it comes.
Picard was on the deck or on the bridge,
Mhm.
because you knew it was going to be okay. Like, it's just, you're always going to win if Picard's on the bridge. It didn't feel that with Kirk. Of course, you know, he's down on the planet, not being captain. He's being, you know,
Well, because
Marine
Kirky
sergeant.
probably felt vaguely uncomfortable, like he was hitting on you.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see something with Patrick Stewart as the bad guy, specifically for that reason. That he's always he is a comforting presence.
he really is.
So I imagine it would be like what's that movie where Robin Williams played the serial killer? Like something like that, where it's just like really off-putting because it's such a trustworthy person.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theory. Picard
Yeah.
or Patrick Stewart plays a
Yes.
bad guy.
Yes, he does.
That's
I
one
haven't
of
seen
my
that movie in
favorite
ages.
movies. It's a weirdly satisfying movie. It's so good.
Did Next Generation ever do a In the Mirror Darkly type episode?
They had one where there was like 1,000 different kinds, like all kinds of dimensional changes. I don't know if they ever did one where they were just the bad guys. I don't remember that.
There's I keep getting Facebook notifications at the moment for a Star Trek comic series with Evil Picard from the Mirror Universe.
I don't remember.
So did it hear you talking, or did you search? Is it?
I
They're
just
watching Wazowski,
discovered.
always watching.
Yeah.
I just discovered the M60. My TV is on in the other room and is playing through a rotation of commercials, and it's just hit again. Holy crap! And it's an M60. And I think it's a Rambo. Anyway,
It's
I'm
a
glad
very
that's
distinctive sound.
Yeah. Rambo, John Rambo. So
Yeah,
back
John
in okay.
I know who Rambo is.
Rachel's not here anymore. I can't do that to her.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for playing along. And Cowart, again, always a pleasure to have you watch us. You voyeur. We'll see you in 2-3 weeks.
Weeks.
See you
Have a
then.
good one.
Y'all have a good night.